So you are reading this right. This is to do with the Irish flag, and you'll be saying, "Hang on a second, what's wrong with the Irish flag?" But let me tell you. So apparently, some councillors and some people in Dublin city centre and around the Dublin metropolitan area, I suppose you would call it, have an issue with an Irish flag flying in Ireland. So, as you know, across the Western world at the moment, particularly Ireland and the UK at the moment, there's a lot of flags being put up. Though national flags in the UK is the Union Jack, in Ireland is the tricolour, on pretty much every lamppost anybody can get a hold of. And there's no laws in Ireland, there never was a law about putting flags up, etc., etc. The only law that just saying it can't be too low to the ground, it can't obstruct traffic and stuff like that goes without saying. But yeah, this is fine. Like, apparently there's some people that absolutely, and again, this is the thing, some of these councils and some of these people absolutely despise the country. And a lot of these people have coming in, are coming in from Timbuktu, etc., etc. You don't really have a say. You're in Ireland, you're entitled to fly an Irish flag if you want to, and Irish people should fly an Irish flag, because it's a symbol of our country, it's a symbol of us, it's the symbol of the state. And I don't think what the media is trying to say here is a symbol of hate and stuff, but everything pretty much nowadays is hate. In terms of the media, anything to do with a nation, Irish sovereignty and freedom and Irish history is deemed hateful nowadays. Like everything, quite literally everything. But it's absolutely insane that some of these councillors are sitting there in Labour and stuff like that and saying this is oppression pretty much of the people coming in, etc., etc. Like, are you joking me? Are you being serious? Are these councillors actually being serious? Because you are mad to suggest that this is a symbol of hate, the Irish tricolour. Are you mad? Like, are you really mad in the head? Because let's be fair, it's an Irish flag in Ireland. Like, let's be fair, if we were flying some other kind of flag, fair enough, people might take offence to that, but literally you're in Ireland. You could put flags up as much as you want, pretty much. And, it'd be a very bad move for Dublin City Council to take them down, so they're talking about taking them down. It'd be a very bad move for Dublin City Council, because it just goes to show you they have no respect for Irish identity, Irish people, Irish flags, let's be fair. Like, the whole city of Dublin should be covered in Irish flags, because that's what tourists want to see. Take, for example, when I went to Finland recently in May, there were streets I went down. There literally wasn't a lamppost. There wasn't a house without a Finnish flag in the window or outside or somewhere on their property. And it was quite insane. That was in Tampere in Finland. And even in Helsinki too, when I was in Helsinki and Hämeenlinna too, and other parts of Finland too. You would, literally in every street there was flags. There was Finnish flags, either the presidential symbol of Finland or the Finnish flag. There's two kind of flags technically in Finland. It's the presidential seal flag with the lion on it, and then there's the other kind of flag, which is the Finnish flag. But yeah, it's absolutely ridiculous. And there's a Labour councillor, like, imagine this, saying it's far white, to fly the Irish flag tricolour. It's far white and extremist if you dare put up an Irish flag. So yeah, I'm pretty much an extremist. Going by these standards. Like, if you put up an Irish flag at all, you're a far white extremist. But if you put up the USSR flag and stuff like that, you're fine. Make that make sense. But it is absolutely insane, like, to suggest this, and not even that too. There's many other flags around the country. Take for example, we have different flags of other countries that really have no business in this country being here. But there's a lot of other flags about, and nobody's willing to take them down. And to be totally honest, nobody has an issue. It's just a flag. I'm not going to sit here and say, we should take down every flag if we don't agree with it and stuff. That's not the case. But of course, if you're in a country, you should have your national flag up everywhere as possible. So, long story short, this is a load of bullshit. Excuse my language, but I hope Dublin City Council sees sense, because it'd be very bad for Dublin City Council to pretty much take down their own national flag. Like, this is not even a foreign flag, their own national flag. And for people, members of the council, council workers, because it won't be the city councils, they won't go up and ladders to do it, they'd be too fucking lazy to do it. Excuse my language, but it'd be city council people, that'd be city council workers that'd be set up to do it. And I would say to them not to do it, as it was that, because it's not your job to go and take down flags. You're there to clean the streets, or take for example, look after mowing grass or whatever the case may be. Or blowing leaves or anything like that, or even maintaining toilets, take for example. It's not the city council's job to be going around running after flags and taking down flags. And they shouldn't do it. Simple as that. And Dublin City Council should know better. And the councillors should know better. Because there should be Irish flags in every street. I don't know why this is a big issue. Because it's only an Irish flag, and I know some people have said in these councils, and some only people have said it too, that it's a symbol of hate, and it's making people uneasy, foreign people uneasy. But at the end of the day, you're in our country. Like, let's be fair, you're in Ireland. It's not a foreign flag. I wouldn't mind if it was a foreign flag. It was some kind of ISIS flag or something like that. Fair enough. People would be uneasy. I wouldn't blame you for that one. But it's an Irish tricolour. You're in Ireland. Like, you're in Dublin, or you're in Cavan, or you're in Westmeath and stuff. You're in the Republic of Ireland. Like, I can't get this out of my head. Like, you're in Ireland. Like what is this? Like, what kind of... Years ago, imagine saying this years ago, that people are offended. Because this is simple truth. People are being offended, and that's why Dublin City Council are very upset. Because they're being offended. This Labour councillor, etc., is jumping up and down saying this is terrible, Irish flags up in Ireland. Like, you really have to laugh. And then other people are saying, oh, it's oppressive and stuff like that. Like, it's literally a flag. Like, nobody's forcing it into your house. Like, it'd be different if they came along and said, we're going to put flags in your window without your consent or something like that. Fair enough. You would be you'd be willingly forcing people to do it. But literally, they're up in flagpoles. Like, you literally can ignore them if you want, some people. But, I don't know what to tell you about this, but, I deem this fucking stupid. Excuse my language, but it is fucking stupid. Excuse me again, but, because there's other things I think Dublin City Council should be worried about. Take, for example, this literally last time I was in Dublin, there's needles on the street, and there's lack of the tourists are not coming to this country anymore because it's a hellhole. Not to mention crime and safety in the city of Dublin, and across Dublin too. It's not a safe place to be. And Dublin City Council are more worried about flags. When you really sit down and think about it, Dublin City Council have other priorities to look after, like looking after homeless people, and trying to get houses for them and stuff like that. But no, it's flags. We're more worried about flags. We're going to deal with the flags. We can't have that. But people can do drugs and stuff like that, fair enough, on the streets, but we're going to worry about flags. It doesn't make any logic when you really sit down and think about it. But anyway, let me know what you think, subscribe for more, and what do you think? Do you agree? Do you disagree? But just, I think I might have mentioned it. The only thing I disagree with in terms of flags, like, this flag's of course, okay, it's not, like, low down. The only reason why it should be removed, if there was flags like this, if, say, it was too low to the ground, it could be obstructing traffic, or it can be obstructing the public footpath. But literally, it's on the level of the building, so there's no issue with that flag, because it is up high. But I've seen pictures of flags, like, down here, literally on the footpath nearly. Obviously, the city council and the county councils do have authority to remove obstructions to footpaths and roads, but yeah, this is way up there, just say for example. So, but personally, I'm still going to keep my flag up. There's a flag over there too, so if I'm far right extremist, so be it. But I'm keeping this flag here. Men died and women died for that flag to be up. It was flown above the GPO. We're going to keep it. We're going to keep it flying as long as people still care about this country. People will keep it flying, and that's as simple as that. So Dublin City Council can smoke that pipe, because I don't think people are going to give up, because the more they take them down, because I can just see it happening, the more they take them down, say they take down these 2 flags now in the morning, the next day they come along, oh, it's more flags, so they'll be just cuts and psycho, just putting up more flags and more flags. So it'll quite literally be a losing game for Dublin City Council, because people will just be motivated more to put up more flags in every nook and cranny of the country, and it should be. Literally every street should be full of Irish flags. Because this is utterly stupid. Like even just take for example, I just want to go back to the point just before I go. I said we're being in Finland and stuff like that. I never once complained, oh, there's too many Finnish flags and stuff in Finland. Like, I never went and done that, because I have first of all, I have no right to go over to Finland and say, oh, you need to do this, or you shouldn't have this flag, or you shouldn't have this, or you shouldn't have that, because it's their country. Like, it's their country they fought, like, for hundreds of years for too. It's not my opinion to go and tell them what to do with their country and stuff like that. What flag they should be flying, or what flags they shouldn't be flying, or what they should be not doing, and what, you get what I'm saying. So I'm only a tourist. I'm only on a holiday pretty much. You know, it doesn't make any sense. But anyway, long story short, what do you take? Let me know. Bye.